evening. My name is Dele Ayubayo. Welcome to another edition of Import-Export Platform from 3T Import Trade Academy. Remember, this program is going to be on Facebook and also on YouTube. And we appreciate if you go to our YouTube channel, 3T Invest, to be able to do just 5 things like I told you last week. Number 1, kindly subscribe. As you visit our page on YouTube, remember to subscribe. Number 2, share the video. Share with your friends, colleagues, and allies who might be interested in learning about what we are talking about as far as export business is concerned in Nigeria. We also appreciate if you can like the video. Not just like the video, drop your comment and click on the notification bell so you can know whenever we come live. Thank you very much as we start this program today. Hi, so what do we have for our listeners?
We have trade news, trade program, and trade education. On trade news today, we have news from Daily Trust, Leadership newspaper, and the Vanguard. From the first news for today is from Daily Trust. What rubber farmers stand to gain as FG moves to cut adhesive import. That news is from Daily Trust. And from Leadership newspaper, NAQS provides revised guidelines for agro-export commodities. Then from Vanguard newspaper, stockfish importers defy government on importation through land borders. Then the last news for the day is from the Leadership newspaper. Delayed power issuance causes manufacturers high demurrage charges. Then from trade programs, we are going to be discussing the Export Business Clinic for the month of June, and also import training and other trade professional development programs that we have currently going, and ones that are going to be kicking off also. Then on trade education, we are going to continue our series on talking about how to export commodities from Nigeria, and today we are going to zero in on sesame seed. So let's move over to the news, the first news for today. Why rubber farmers stand to gain, what rubber farmers stand to gain as FG moves to cut adhesive imports. That's from Daily Trust. The federal government, through the Raw Material Research and Development Council, has begun the process of reducing the rates at which adhesives of different forms are being imported into the country. The Director General of the Council, Dr. Ibrahim Hussein Doko, said in a document obtained that as of June 2018, Nigeria imported adhesive worth $13.2 million. Experts believe that the raw material used for the production of most of the adhesives, like peel seal adhesives, were natural rubbers and acrylic emulsions, which can be produced locally from rubber plants.
Anyway, I mean, just think about the fact that it's a good one. As much as possible, we can do it in a stepwise version, such that we are doing what is often called the import substitution. Okay. So if we have the raw material produced locally, all I would like is that if we are going to stop that, then we should ensure it's not strangulating people using it. So it should be such that we know that we can now produce enough. Exactly, we can produce enough before that happens. So that at the end of the day, people that need it will not begin to have problem because they are not able to, they are not getting enough locally, or probably people locally have also not upgrade their quality. Let's go to the next one.
Alright, the next news is from Leadership newspaper. Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service provides revised guidelines for agro-export commodities. The Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service has provided 10 revised guidelines for exporters of agricultural commodities to avoid rejection in destination countries. The Head Media Communication and Strategies Unit, Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service, Dr. Chigozie Nwodo, disclosed this in a statement issued to journalists in Abuja. He also said that the Nigerian agricultural commodities were rejected abroad because some of the exporters were not following the guidelines and some smuggled consignments were not meant for export.
I mean, as long as we keep giving that excuse, that people smuggle, and it's interesting that it's government agency that is giving that excuse, then we really are not going to be able to solve that problem.
But they don't have control over smugglers.
You said?
They don't have control over this.
We can't keep saying we couldn't have control over smugglers. We need to fix it. If we don't fix, okay, look at the next thing before I make my comment. Look at the next one. That's yes, the next one. Just read the next one, so you understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Look at the next one.
Okay, the next news is from Vanguard newspaper. Stockfish importers defy government on importation through land border. Despite warning by the federal government to importers to desist from bringing in stockfish, popularly called oporoko, through the land borders, different importers have defied this directive and have gone ahead to import stockfish through the nation's busiest border in Sesame.
Now, so that's what I'm saying. When you say you can't take smuggling, then what do you have the government?
But no, they as an agent, they are talking as an agent himself.
Who is that?
Any QS. That they cannot do anything.
It's a government agency.
Yes.
So it's part of the federal government.
There's some synergy between these government agents.
Do they have two heads? Is it not the same head they have? What are you talking about? They have the same head now. It's the same federal government they are working for. It's the same presidency they are working for. The presidency cannot be pushing in one direction, and some other people are not making that effort to see the light of the day. And then we are talking as if we are incapacitated, that we won't be able to help.
But you know this issue with this interagency.
We can't keep complaining about interagency. You know, look, whenever we talk about this thing, we can't keep complaining about. So for me, it's like a house divided against itself. If an agency, if the presidency is looking at this is what we want to do, and an agency of government is going against, just sack the head and put someone else there to do the job. I mean, what's this one that if anybody is there, the best is the person for another job. For another job, then let him leave. So a situation in which we are saying, okay, an agency, as long as this is the direction of the presidency, who pay the salary of the people in those places, and also appoint the head of that place, then we cannot say we can't help. Those are the issues I have. Because as long as, whenever I see government coming up with a new policy, brilliant and nice policy, but I just ask myself, okay, good policy, but how are we going to implement this policy? Is it the same people that is going to collect bribe that are going to implement the policy? Those are the issues. So now, oporoko is not supposed to come in. Oporoko is coming in, it's in the market. Rice is coming in, it's in the market. I mean, so many things happen. I was reading, it was Financial Times, or the Financial Times today. Okay, it was in the link you sent, and it was saying that, look, it was more like, I don't want to use the word deride. I think it was more like mocking the federal government, saying, look, you are stopping, you are saying, you are diversifying into agriculture. But I think they went to the market because they were describing where they went to, and they saw the foreign rice everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
Do you understand? Foreign rice everywhere. So the question is this: is it that we are not able to stop? People are bent on bringing it in. Okay, look, I don't think you should go and meet the smuggler bringing it in. No.
I think we should first of all invest in.
No. If you want to stop it, just ensure the buyer. For every buyer buying it, destroy it.
For every buyer.
Go to the market. You have a right that is not local, destroy. If follow will destroy it, then the person will not buy. If they don't buy, the smuggler will not thrive. So leave the smuggler. If he's not getting anybody to buy locally, he will stop it. So but the government is going to do that. You are better ensure we have enough to eat locally, so you don't create another sector.
Exactly.
So even if it's expensive, but as long as it's available, it's a different thing when it's not available. It's another thing when it's available. I won't be surprised if it's expensive. But I'm okay.
Enough quantity to go around.
Those are the issues I'm talking about. The government should be able to quantify that, okay, we have enough money to go around. Now, so what government can then do is, which a lot of countries also do, finance the people. So if the people import is let's say they are selling locally, landed at the market, maybe 10,000 naira. And our own is about 15,000 naira. So subsidize the people.
What about also giving quota? Like quota in terms of quantity.
Quantity of what?
Rice.
For who?
To bring in.
No, now you're not getting it. No. That means we don't have enough locally.
That's what I'm saying.
So we should first quantify how much rice do we consume. I'm sure every year we have those data. How much rice do we consume per year, divided by number of months, divided by number of days. So we have an idea.
Yes.
How much do we produce? Now, having known the amount we produce, it becomes easier to know where the shortfall is, then the process is become necessary. Yes. What I'm even saying is that because one of the company that Financial Times report is that look, this rice you are talking about is more expensive.
The local
rice. But we also know that some of the rice being brought in are cheaper because a number of them are staying for many years and they've lost their value.
Yeah. So
they can afford to sell it as scrap. And that's why it's coming into the guess what we have to add so many spices to make it look nice. The rice does not have taste. So that's what I said to the rice, a lot of the rice we bought does not have taste, they are useless. Yeah. We just bulk it up with a lot of ingredients and the like. We are better off with rice locally. But the issue is, if we are going to use that rice, government should just subsidize. For me, subsidy on food makes sense than subsidy on petroleum products. Okay. Subsidy on food makes more sense than subsidy on petroleum products. So that people, what you know that will do, it will make farmers to do more. It will make farmers to farm more. It will encourage people who want to go into the farm. So imagine a situation in which you are sure that no matter what happens, I will be able to sell this product. And this is the price the government is going to buy. There's a market. I'm talking about the price in the market. Okay. That if government should just find a way to subsidize the rice that people are eating so that they can compete. If we're able to have a better price locally, and they are destroying the foreign one.
So the government is the off-taker from the farmers?
No. You already, even they have anchor borrower scheme now. Okay. So the anchor borrower are the one buying processing. Yeah. So they know that okay, this is their cost. That's why they are selling at this price. Government subsidize that cost. It's easier at that level. So if you buy at this level, if you are going to sell maybe for the people in the market who sell at 10,000, they need to buy at maybe 8,000 or something. Yeah. So and you are saying your cost is already 10,000. And government says, okay, look, no one will subsidize it for you. And then they subsidize for them. And then based on the amount you produce, it can be calculated and measured, and the amount you are putting into the market is subsidized. That way it becomes a lot easier. But if because we can't keep saying, we must find a solution. We can't, we can't say there's a challenge and then we're not finding a solution to it. Yeah. It will be as if we are incapacitated and we are not able to do, then there's no government in place.
Okay, so just who are the agencies that should be responsible for this? Customs?
For which one?
All of them.
Destroying the one in the market obviously is
customs.
The subsidies are at Ministry of Agriculture.
Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes.
So all these bodies or all these agencies need to work together for
them to achieve together. Presidency just bring them together. Presidency is what I hire out of you. Just get the president to bring all of them together. And the president will say, this is what I want you to do. And then they give you the instruction on what to do. If you're not ready to carry the instruction, go back to your house.
The presidency he doesn't have to be everywhere. He has appointed them to do the job.
That's what I'm saying. As a president, we have to invite them and tell them what he wants to do. Yeah. So that's why I don't believe in inter-agency rivalry. If the presidency have his eye in all the places, in terms of, I'm talking about whistleblowers, not just for money, whistleblowers for sabotage. Yeah. Whistleblowers for people sabotaging the government, not just for people for money that they found and stolen. And they are able to establish those agencies or people in those agencies that are frustrating the effort of the government, then get them out. If people know they will lose their job because it's like, okay, read the next news. Look at the next news.
Okay, the next news is from Leadership newspaper. Delayed PAR, that's pre-arrival assessment report issuance, causes manufacturers high demurrage charges. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry has freighted over the multiple petitions received from many operators in the business community over undue delay in the issuance of pre-arrival assessment reports by the Nigerian Customs Service at the port for goods clearance. Consequently, the Chamber lamented that the protracted delays in the issuance of PAR by officials of the Nigerian Customs Service has led to high demurrage payments by many manufacturers and importers to both shipping companies and the terminal operators. According to him, it has added additional costs to business and prices of goods in the market. The Director General of LCCI, Muda Yusuf, recently disclosed that it was time for customs hierarchy to sort out and resolve the power issuance saga in.
Do you know that when we were doing risk assessment report, it was 5 days. The argument of custom for power issuance was 6 days, sorry, 6 hours. Argument was 6 hours. But power, when it was in the hand of RAG, was in the hand of Cotecna, SDS, and the Global Scan, was supposed to be 5 working days.
Were they actually?
When custom, of course. When custom took over 6 hours, and they started with 6 hours. But you know what has happened? The corruption has crept in. So you know what happened now? I was the lady I was discussing and was telling her, and he was saying that, I was telling her that contact so and so in custom, they will be able to help your customer. He said, I was in the program last time, the GTR program the day in the hotel. And he spoke to the custom officer who was passionately supporting custom and defending custom. He said, okay, I'm having a lot of power issue delay with my company. That custom officer now called someone at the power rolling center in Abuja and saying, he now put his phone on speaker. The guy said, is it not so and so bad? They are paying to the gallery, they know what to do.
They know what to do means they should come with.
They know what to do. They are paying to the gallery, they know what to do. Look, if we continue like this, I just feel the federal government was just stepping at this time.
And there are no ways that
what has happened is that there's some guys in custom. They need to sort people out for them to be able to do what they have to do. See how many power being delayed, and it's like what do you call it? It's like becoming a right.
And this is increasing cost.
I was at the ICC meeting the other day, and the lot of bankers complaining about the issue. It's becoming it's not funny at all. It's not funny at all, and the presidency must step in. And you know, that's what I was telling that look. The presidency cannot hire head of custom and pay salary of custom officer, and custom officer is sabotaging the economy and making life difficult for people that are contributing the money, the taxes that are used to pay the salary of the custom people.
Have customs in any way come out to give a report or something?
They gave a reason. They gave a reason saying some people will move out of that union, new guys are there, but here is it. Some people get their back out in few hours a day. Some for months because they refuse to do anything.
So even if they were supposed to remove people from a place and replace them with another,
does it mean that we will go the whole country will go comatose because of it's possible everybody know. Look, people have said it that the reason why you don't know custom is corrupt is because you don't relate with them the way you relate with police. That they are sincerely very corrupt, very corrupt. Very corrupt. And if we don't do something about it, sincerely, we are really not going anywhere. It's not going to help us at all. Because we are getting to a point now that it's becoming legalized. You know, it's like collecting legal illegal fees. It's illegal, but it's like people need to sort. And sometimes they don't hide it. I mean, there are people have been arrested. I've had cases where people were set up and arrested because of this issue. I mean, in custom, but it's not stopping it. And it's like, I'm not sure the current CDA custody, I'm not sure it's coming back because it's old, and from what I'm hearing, it's not likely he will want to come back. And what you don't want to do is to get someone from inside custom to help custom. I don't know how that will work. Anyway, let's move on to trade program.
So, on trade program today, we're going to be talking about the Export Business Clinic coming up this month on the 15th and 22nd of June. That is on weekends. On weekdays, if you are chance to opportune to want to attend this on a weekday, this training is also coming up on the 25th and 26th of June. So if you are an intending exporter or you have or you are exporting already and you're having issues with your export transactions, this is a training that you do not want to miss. This training is coming up at 3T Impex Trade Center, number 11D Bola Shadigbe in Surrey. The number and the address is scrolling underneath the screen. Then if you want to be a part of this program, you can send an SMS to 0809 124 449, and we're going to be discussing things like how you could prepare for your export business, things that you need to do to get started, and we'll be discussing also on planning, how to plan your export. Remember they say failing to plan is like planning to fail. So we'll start off with that also. Then we'll be discussing payment methods in international trade. As an exporter, you want to be interested in how your money comes back to you. So we'll be discussing the different payment methods in international trade and the different situations or export transactions that you need to deploy those payment methods. We'll be discussing pricing also. Pricing, how you can place pricing on your product. If you have a product that you want to export, how do you ensure that you do not overshoot the export market price and chase away your customers or your potential buyers, or you are shooting yourself on the foot by underpricing your product, and thereby you might even run into a loss. So how do you do all of that? We'll be discussing products also. If you do not even know the product that you want to export and you want to go into export business, this program is designed to expose you to the different types of products that are available for you to export in Nigeria. So we'll be discussing that, the risk in the business, how you can source this product, the places where you can go to source this product in Nigeria, and all of that. So this event is comprehensive and it's an information-packed program for you. So if you do not want to miss this program. So again, the number to call is 0809 124 449.
Also, we have the import business intensive training on import process, data of credit and bill for collection. That is holding on 20th and 21st of June, and also going to be focusing mainly on all the issues around importation in Nigeria, and with the current issue that we talked about the delay, we will also be telling you some of the strategy you can deploy to be able to reasonably minimize this issue around delay that you are having, so that at the end of the day, even despite the idiosyncrasies of all the issues and people at the point, you are still able to minimize your cost and still be profitable at the end of the day. Our export business investment program for business executive is still very much on. Remember, you can invest and earn 20% return in 6 months. 20% return in 6 months, and we'll be exporting lead ingot. And please know that your fund is guaranteed. So there's nothing to worry about in terms of security of your fund. So because there's a guarantee.
Let me ask, for those who are probably listening to this, what is lead ingot exactly? Lead ingot is lead ore, processed lead ore. Lead ore is in solid minerals. Lead ingot is processed lead ore. So the export is in processed.
Yes, a processed.
So the risk of default in terms of the quality of the product is minimized
because of the fact that the value has been added to it.
Value has been added to it. Okay.
All right. Then with the admission is still currently ongoing for the Trade Professional Development Program. Basic, certified basic trade professional, certified intermediate trade professional, and then certified specialist in trade finance and customer service, certificate in trade customer service. All the certification programs are currently ongoing. And we are just starting classes so people can still join in the month of June when we are getting ready. These are 3 months training program, and they are basically designed to help individuals to be able to grow their career, especially for young graduates who are trying to find their feet and trying to acquire skills to be able to make themselves very marketable in the workplace. Then this will be very, very important for you. And for the experienced people also, is going to be also very important for you. Thinking of how to subscribe, simply call the number again, 009-124-4449. 009-124-4449. Okay? We'll be going down to discuss the product we have for today. You know, every time on this show, under trade education, we talk about a particular product. And the essence of talking about that product is to make us realize the potential of the product, the people doing it right now, the volume being traded, those that are producing, and what Nigerian can do to be able to benefit from it. So can we have what we have to discuss today?
Alright, so today we're discussing sesame seed. Sesame seed are those, for just to put your mind to the product, it's those tiny seeds that you see on burgers. The sesame seed, some people in Nigeria call it Benny seed. They are small, people use it, some people use it to cook soups and all of that. Now,
this is
if the camera can,
good enough, we actually have it. I didn't even know it's on that table, the one you used for trading last time.
Yeah.
This is sesame seed. You can see it's tiny white seed on hamburger. Tiny white seed on hamburger, and as you see it like this, it's a very, very valuable product. Go ahead.
Alright, so sesame seed are used for different things. They are used as antioxidants. They are used to produce oil, used to produce perfumes also. And it has a variety of uses. And in fact, there's no part of this seed that is waste. The shaft gotten after oil is extracted is actually used to produce animal feeds, right? And the oil itself is like the most expensive oil in the world. The seed or the oil is the most or the oldest oil as far as humanity is concerned. And this has been produced way back in time. Now we are going to be looking at, just like we do for every other product, the countries who are the largest producers. We are looking at the countries that are the largest exporter of the seeds. We're going to be looking at the largest importers of the seed and the people who export the finished product from the raw material that we are discussing. Now, today, the largest producer of sesame seed is India. India produces 1.1 million tons of sesame seed every year. Then the next on the list is Nigeria. Surprisingly, Nigeria produces 522,000 metric ton, then followed by India, about 460. China rather, 463. Then Indonesia, Nepal, Thailand, Cameroon, Bangladesh, Japan, and Taiwan. Now, moving on to the exports of sesame seed. Now, this market is about $2.2 billion market, right? And the number one exporter of sesame seed in the world is Sudan. Sudan producing or exporting 20%, that is around 432 $432 million in terms of export value. Then the next is India. Then there's Ethiopia. Nigeria ranked number 4 on this list, luckily. And on imports, Nigeria is not on this list. Of course, we do not import. We have China ranking number 1, Turkey, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Israel, Germany, Egypt, India, and Greece as number 10. Then for sesame seed oil, number 1 exporter of sesame seed oil in the world is Japan. Japan is number 9 on the production list on countries producing, and Japan is one of the major importers also. So part of the things that they import, they process, they add value and export it. So they export the oil. The next is Mexico, followed by China, India, Singapore, Germany, Netherlands, France, US, and Malaysia.
Now, what's interesting about this data for me is the fact that India, a top producer, is not a top exporter, and that's instructive. That's very instructive. That's instructive in the sense that that tells you what India is doing with that product. If it was to be finished product, you can imagine. If it was not raw, then you understand what India could have done. So obviously, to me, on the list, I don't know which year you are looking at. As of 2010, we have 2010. No, this was 2010. This was 2013. Which year is the one you're looking at? 2016. Now, so on top of the list, we have India, we have China, we have Nigeria. Now, what's interesting to me on that list, like I said, is the fact that India, being a major producer in the world, producing heavily and much more than Nigeria, will not be part of the major exporter. And for me, that's understandable. I mean, at least I'm in Nigeria, I know we are not producing a lot of services oil. Remember that the volume of production, not the volume of export. Sorry, that's the volume of production, and you can now be sure of what eventually will happen to us, because as usual, we say have our maximum post-harvest losses, which meaning that what you are saying. So anytime I see those data, it gets me excited really, because it just says that look, this is not what we are producing. This is the one that you capture. So if you can just get a little bit serious and capture all that is being produced, and then not just capture, but also being able to do something with it, then we'll be better off as a nation. So India is adding value. India is adding value. So you are not seeing them as a major exporter of it. You are seeing, sometimes when you see some trend, then it should be surprising. Who are the major exporter of sesame seed? Sudan,
India.
Of sesame seed, major exporter, yes? In Sudan, India, but I'm looking at the major people. India, apart from India, there's no other person in Asia. No. Apart from China, very small. Yeah. But Sudan, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Tanzania, Mali, Chad, Niger, and that's speaking volume. That speaks volume. That just tells us exactly who are those that are exporting and why are they exporting? Predominantly Africa are the one exporting commodities.
This commodity specifically grows in sub-Saharan African countries.
India have it, Burma have it, Pakistan have it, China have it. What I'm trying to say in essence is that typically, if this were to be growing in Europe, you won't see. If you are going to see the seed,
they're exporting seed.
You understand what I'm saying? Rather use it in their country or produce something. And this is just to talk about the fact that one thing we must do, and we must do everything to ensure it's done, is to ensure that we constantly add value. There was a report today. Ghana was saying they should not listen to IMF. IMF is saying that Africa is going to lose revenue if they go ahead with AFCFTA. We will lose revenue, don't worry now. If our businesses do, we will get more tax on the businesses. Yeah. Because we lose revenue because of import export. But when these people make recommendations, sometimes we take it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. The recommendations that look nice in front, but right there is a bait. Yeah. There is hook there to catch you. So we've listened to them for many years. It has never helped us because those organizations are set up deliberately to be able to help us, to be able to control us remotely. Because if you check the major seats in IMF, they are mainly Europeans and Americans. So when there is a vote on an issue, they always have their way. They always have their way. And remember, right? So but when the CS will be taken, it's
always to their advantage.
It's always to their advantage. And their joy will be that Africa remain the farmers of the world, not the factory of the world like China, no. The farmers of the world. So keep producing the raw material for them. And as long as we produce raw material for them, we will export large volume every year. But but go and check the volume of what we export in terms of monetary value is always low.
Okay.
If you check the volume of what we export every year, if we export 1 million tons this year, we will export 1.2 million tons next year. But go and check the value of what we export, because the person adding value really dictates how much is going to buy.
Talking about value addition.
Yes.
Is there an organization, a government organization that somebody, a potential producer or manufacturer would want to go to get machines to produce this oil and something?
No, I mean, there are countries already producing, they have technology already, just import technology to be able to produce it.
What if I want it locally fabricated?
And that's, we now have to now. I would rather import technology and then copy and paste.
Okay.
That's it. We don't invent the wheel now. Import technology, copy and paste. That's what Chinese, just a lot of countries do, reverse engineering. Import technology, put it down, know what they have done inside, then replicate locally and improve on it with your own technology. So there's no one reinventing the wheel. But for me, these are what some countries deliberately ensure is done.
So organizations like FIRO shouldn't.
FIRO is supposed to, by now, I think FIRO should have designed the technology for this. I mean, okay. I expect, I don't have that information if they have, but I expect, but if they have, maybe we will have had more people adding value in Nigeria. Okay. Maybe we will have more people, because it will have been easier for people to want to do that. Now, let's round off with this. Sesame seed is not just a product for regular export. We are recommending that a state, my second state actually, Jigawa, I serve in Jigawa State, I serve in Jigawa State. Jigawa State is one of the least developed states in Nigeria. It's said to be a very poor state in Nigeria, but Jigawa have landmarks for sesame seed. And we did an analysis, and the analysis says that if Jigawa can use just half of their arable land to cultivate sesame seed, I won't be able to go through the whole analysis, but Jigawa can generate a total of about $175 billion every year. Sorry, billion naira every year. By farming sesame seed, Jigawa can generate $175 billion. And in 2018 or something, they collected about 6.7 billion from federal government IGR. Adding that to 175, so over 180 billion can be generated. Now, the budget of this state in 2018 was 138 billion. So I dare say that with sesame seed alone, Jigawa can fund his budget its entirety. Jigawa can pay salary, the guy can do road infrastructure, the guy can educate his people, but Jigawa have not looked at sesame seed. Foreigner are the one, or external by the one, coming to farm sesame in Jigawa, and Jigawa is poverty ridden.
Okay, so besides Jigawa, there are other states.
There's so many other states that can produce. There's Taraba, there's Nasarawa, there's Benue, there's so many other states. Yeah. I use Jigawa particularly because I know the state of Jigawa. I know that this sesame seed, when I travel there from Benin Kudu and I'm going to Guaram, I pass through a particular local government where they have a market every Tuesday and they bring in this sesame seed. But a family that farm will bring only about 5 to 6 bags every week. And they will travel far using their cattle as put a yoke between cattle and stand on the cart behind to come. And they will come like that once a week, and they can do that for about 7 months or 8 months during the season. After that, they won't be able to sell again, but they might have produced more than 500 bags, but they can't sell more than 200 or 300 bags. So they have the remaining also perish at post-harvest losses. And I'm saying the governor can set up an SPV to buy up this sesame seed and export it and pay their people back and make profit enough to take care of their people. So that means the government can give guarantee to the farmers and tell them, I will buy off you and I will pay, maybe even in an analysis here, the government can actually give them 30% return on the farming they've done for 3 to 6 months and be able to buy this thing from them. And at the end of the day, the government can become very much independent. Alright, I think our time is up. Remember all the programs we've talked about. The programs have to do with export business clinic, the import program, and of course our export business investment program, our tech development program. Remember the number to call is 009-124-4449, and the number will be scrolling on our screen. As I round up, I would like to implore you again, this video will be available for you on YouTube, and you can do just 5 things to help us. 5 things to help us. We'll appreciate you can go to our YouTube channel to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video with your friends, drop your comment, and click on the notification bell so we'll be able to notify you whenever we come up again. My name is Diploma, and you?
I said,
See you next week, and bye for now.